What's up, Jivan here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to win games on high ping in Arena. There's been countless people commenting just saying they're struggling because of their high ping or low frames, and I am here to help. I'm probably going to end up making a second video on high ping where I talk about how to fight and W key on high ping. But let's get into it. So for this video, I literally switched my servers to NA West. So I'm on 60 or 70 ping, and I got 4 dubs in about 2-3 hours-ish, and we're gonna watch those back, so let's hop into it. So game 1, I ended up playing pretty low-key. It was my first game on. I landed at Lazy, and I rotated between these 2 houses, and then eventually I end up going to the Stark Jet, where I find tons of good loot and a llama. And then I start swimming over to the upgrade station that's past Misty and get myself a spaz. If you know me, you know that anytime I'm playing Arena, I always love having a spaz. It gives me so much more confidence when I'm fighting. Then I head over to Slurpee because, as you can see, the map is pulling all the way down towards Slurpee. Whenever the zone pulls super far in one direction, it usually pulls all the way in that direction again. As you can see, it pulls all the way down here again, and I'm in the perfect place in zone. There is nobody over here, so I go to the edge of the safe zone and start looking for people rotating in, and I find people fighting and I hop in. This was the first fight I took all day, and even though I'm on 60 ping, I still took the wall and cleaned up that fight real quick. But then another person pushes up. Pay attention to my positioning in this fight. When I'm on high ping, I usually try to use builds that I already have built and let them psycho in and play my angles that I already have set up. I try to predict their movement, predict which walls they're gonna go after, and then I strike when they do go after them. It worked perfectly on this guy. However, my kill gets stolen. It's just whatever. And then the guy that stole my kill pushes up, I get a big hit on him, he impulses me away. So I just get back up to where all that good loot was, and I base up there for a minute. With all this extra loot, the mats, the heals, everything there, I'm not worried about getting a little down and dirty with the guy next to me. So I start applying some pressure, and then eventually I just get in. When you're boxed up like this and you own the ramp, just try breaking through the cone, because if you break it and you're walking up against it, you're just gonna phase right through it. That's the quickest and safest way to get out of a box. I decided to leave the fight just because he was playing a little weird and I wanted to go grab those extra mats and heals. And then I just get in and I see some people fighting and I get a free kill here. And then I start rotating in some more, and I'm just looking out for people who might start spraying at me. When I snipe at this player, that makes him chill out a little bit. So once I get in, I have a sniper and I'm just looking for some picks, but then eventually I get pushed. So I just start playing in my old builds, branching out a little bit. That way I have some space and I can set up peek shots if they start pushing my wall. Notice how I'm piece controlling behind me. I'm grabbing all the walls behind me, around me. That way I have a ton of different exits in case they try to push into my box. I'm trying to play a box away, that way I can set up peaks without being worried about them, piece controlling into my box. If I'm a box away, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to push me, but I do get a little bit greedy and I get up a little too close and I get bopped, so I tunnel away and heal up. At this point, I start to realize that I've been tunneling away a lot of the fight, and at a certain point, when you've tunneled away for a good amount, they think you're just gonna keep on running. And then when you actually push back and just surprise them and jump in their face, they start to panic. And that's how I win this fight. It's like a mind game. If they see you doing the pattern of just building away, running away, they think you're gonna keep doing that. But then if you switch it up and then just jump at them and trust your aim, they'll be caught off guard and you'll have like a 1 or 2 second shot advantage, if that makes sense. And then this last fight, this player just chokes. I mean, there's not much to it. This next game, I'll be fighting a lot more. The first game, just getting warmed up, quick little dub, easy. So game 2, I was uncontested at Salty, and I just end up pushing over to Stark. And there were two people fighting near the vault. I tried the third party, but it didn't go well, so I ended up just basing up and waited for them to walk by my builds, and it was just a free kill. If you just hold angles like this, it's so free. Then once I get the first guy, I just edit out because the second guy psychoed in, and I just set up a right hand peek. Easy peasy. Then we got a little 220 meter snipe here. Mwah. After that, I just start rotating the zone, trying to get on high ground because I have a sniper and it's so fun being on high ground with a sniper. But surprise, there was somebody up here. I could have peace controlled him right at the beginning there. There were two walls not taken and he ended up being able to go out one of those walls. But I was choking edits. Still trying to get used to the 60 ping, guys. Give me a break. Either way, I finish up the fight and then I start rotating the zone. I wanted to get on high ground again, so I just build up over this fella and start looking for some snipes. Eventually, I start getting pushed from below, and I peace control the crap out of him, man. And then when the guy below starts hearing us fighting, I knew he was going to push up, and so I got ready for it and caught him off guard. People love third partying. If you know there's someone nearby and you're in a fight, just expect them to third party. Get ready for them. You're at the advantage because you know which way they're going to be coming from if you already know where they are. So just expect it. So then I'm just getting myself back into position, trying to find some snipes. Not much is happening until this guy starts bouncing towards me and I know he's just going to keep pushing me. Notice how I don't even hold the cone on top of my box. I just wait for him to take it and then edit the floor and bop him. If you don't expect yourself to be able to hold a wall, then just don't even try. Just play off the fact that you know they're going to get it, just like I did there. So after I pick up that kill, I just start rotating the zone, and I'm trying to figure out where all these players are. There's still 3 players, but I can only find one of them. And so I'm sitting in my box looking around, and I'm like, okay, this guy's gotta be in the bush. And so I get a quick tag on them, and that forces them to come out of hiding. And then I'm getting ready to rotate, but I see the guy in the distance has his window open ready to spray, so I wait till he closes it, and then I bounce her. I get a big hit on the guy down low and just push him. It was a quick, easy cleanup. And then I see the 2 other players fighting in the distance, so I get up to a point where I can see them and I start trying to hold them. They were like chilling in storm for so long, so I just decided to get further ahead of zone, and then eventually it was just a 1v1, and I just imagined I was in creative, 1v1ing somebody, and finished the job. Quick rewind, if you're editing down on someone like this, pay attention to my movement. I crouch right as I do the double edit. This is an OP peak. It actually works so well. Anywho, let's watch the rest of this fight, shall we? Next game, I head back to Lazy and I do my normal looting path. I land at this building and rotate to the one next door. After that, I'm pretty kitted and I start looking around for the other player. I know someone else landed here. It takes a while, I'm looking everywhere for them. I end up doing a little more looting, but eventually I find them. And they're up on high ground, so I'm just getting ready for them to spray at me. I'm trying to get close, but I don't want to get sprayed at when I'm on low ground. So I'm slowly building up to high ground. And then when I get up in their face, I actually get in a pretty bad position here right up against their wall. And so I get out the side and I'm just bobbing and weaving. And then eventually I catch them off guard with a quick edit down. And then of course, after that, I upgrade to the Spaz-a-Rooney because we always need a spaz, you know what I mean? And then on the way to zone, I find another player and it's a quick, easy kill. And then I move over to the ruins and I find another player, start fighting. In this fight, I do get hit a little bit, so you know what I do. I tunnel away, I try to heal up a little bit, and then I start fighting again. The main thing I try to do in these fights is surprise them from angles they aren't expecting. Like I jumped from the sky and landed on their head, got the quick bop, and then at that point, it was just a quick, easy cleanup. And then I start moving further into zone, and I end up at Stark, and there's a ton of loot everywhere. And I'm like, if I win this fight, I'm gonna be so kitted. So obviously I'm gonna hop into that. I end up just getting the loot for free, but while I was there looting, everybody showed up, so I got into a big fight. During this fight, as you can guess, I'm just playing my angles, trying to play it kind of safe. So I'm in my builds, and I'm just waiting for them to walk by so that I can surprise them from angles they don't expect. But I got hit so hard, I didn't think they would really expect that at all, yet alone hit a pump that hard. So I retreat back into these builds. I know there's a lot of heals back here, so I just start trying to pop some heals, but I keep getting pushed. I get this person so weak, and so I go for the crash pad play in, but let's take a quick pause and realize why this crash pad play didn't work. If I had taken some more time, I would have realized that this play would not have worked, and the reason is because when the ramp is flipped like this, you bounce off the ramp. The reason is because the crash pad is supposed to break the builds, but if the ramp is flipped like that, it doesn't break the build because it doesn't reach that far. Anyways, I just go and start healing up some more, and I realize someone's pushing this wall without a clue that I'm in there, so I get the quick easy bop, and then someone else pushes up. I go for the bop, but they just end up running away. So I finish healing, and then zone pulls us in. And while zone's pulling us in, I realize someone's trying to hold me from height, so I gotta be really careful and make sure I'm blocking off my top while moving in. And because I have these crash pads, I'm able to get ahead pretty easily. When I'm crash padding, I'm spraying at them while I do it, trying to get some tags so that they feel pressured and scared to shoot back at me. And then once I get ahead, it's just a free hold. They try holding me, I'm gonna hold them right back, you know what I'm saying? So then I just rotate in, I try to get comfortable, get way ahead, finish healing up a little bit. I find another big pot, yippee, hooray for me. And so I notice there's only 5 people left, so I try to figure out where they are, and I realize that 2 of the 5 players are fighting, and so I push up and try to get some pressure on them. I get bopped and retreat pretty quickly here. And because I put some pressure on them, they were not going to let the pressure get off of me. They were pissed and they wanted to get their revenge, you know what I'm saying? So I keep that in mind when I'm rotating. Sadly for me, they were in zone and I was not, so they held me and got some good tags on me. But I get in and I actually go up to where that old loot was. There was nothing really there for me, but I go up and check just in case. And then I'm able to bounce her way ahead of zone, and I'm in a great position to win the game, honestly. I noticed that the player who was holding me at first is way up in the sky, and because of that, I realized that the other players that are alive are gonna shoot them out. So I wait for the other players to shoot them out, and then once they get shot out, I spray at them while they're falling, and yeah, then they just get lobby focused. If you get some good tags on somebody when they're in a position like that, like way up in the sky, everyone's gonna focus that. But yeah, then I get the loot, and I try to get this supply drop, but for some reason it just won't open. Heck, I don't know why. And then literally a second later, I heard someone else open the supply drop. I'm like, okay, supply drop, I see where we stand. But anyways, I'm ahead of everybody else towards the safe zone, so I turn around and start kind of spraying at them, get some pressure on, and it turns out to be a 1v1. And so I just do my thing and clean up the job. In these 1v1 situations, just try to stay ahead of the moving zones. If you can stay ahead and they fall behind, you usually win. So last game, I head back to Weather Station. I'm uncontested there, and so I rotate down to Caddy. And I noticed that someone is actually at Caddy. I was just going there to upgrade my shoddy, but instead, we get into a fight. I'm just trying to get some cheeky angles. I actually take a lot of damage here because one of my builds didn't place. But I just try to keep the pressure on, and I end up finishing the fight. And in this situation, zone pulled really far, so I just had to go right away without upgrading my shoddy. Sometimes you don't have a choice. And then I find somebody at the same exact spot I fought the last game, and I clean up that fight real quick. Little mongrel. When I do this mongrel, I'm using the left edge of the box as cover so that I can build if I don't get the kill. But I got the kill, so it was all good. and then I just move further into the zone. I go all the way over to Salty, and there's some people fighting, so I hop in and third party this real quick. Quick, easy cleanup, and I get both of their loot, and I'm really kitted after that. And then I see someone driving in a car, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go shockwave into their car. Didn't work out so well, but I did get them weak, and so I just kept pushing, and then eventually I get the kill here. If you pay attention to my movement in this fight, I'm waiting for them to edit through, and then when they do edit towards me, I jump to the side while taking the shot. That way I'm not trapped in a box with them. I'm trying to avoid a 50-50. But I do end up one pumping them, and then as soon as that fight finishes, I get pushed right away, and I get them one shot, and they start running, and so I chase that and finish the job. And then I get pushed right away again, and I actually do a really good piece control play on them. The only thing that I should have done differently was not jump in their box. I got them full boxed, and instead of taking peek shots from above, I jump in 50-50. Either way, I still finish up the fight quickly. I guess I was just really trusting my aim. And then I move up and start fighting again, further into zone, and I actually get sprayed at from a third party and have to drop down and heal. And I know that all these old fights back here have tons of extra loot with heals and stuff, so I just go back there and heal up, taking it slow. And then I head back to the safe zone, and I go straight back to this player I was fighting and break them out because they were not held up by very much, and I try to get them full boxed, but they just snuck away, just barely. And I wasn't going to keep fighting that player just because I knew that there was a third party watching us ready to spray, so I just go and get these supply drops over here, and then get to zone and base up on this brick. And then I just catch somebody walking straight up to my box, not even protecting themselves, and I get a free kill here. Almost die low-key because of that third party spraying, but clean it up quickly and get healthy again. And then at this point there's just two other players. I know where both of them are, so I'm just protecting those angles while moving into zone. I was chilling here because this guy was not moving out of his box, so I was like, maybe he's one shot, maybe I can get a free kill, but he just literally sat there until Storm came, and I ended up having to go in so I didn't die to Storm. Sure enough, that player died to Storm. I got a free Siphon, and then it's just a 1v1, and I do some silky edits on my 70 ping and finish up the fight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you out. A lot of people were asking for this video. If you guys want me to go even on higher ping, on 90 ping on EU, let me know. But I'll definitely have a how to fight on high ping video coming out soon. Let me know if you like these videos with like full games and stuff. I know a lot of people like the last one. It's my most viewed video by far. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new, and have a great day. Peace.